Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Now this is again a new video on my channel, and here we are going to cover NCERT textbook for all the competitive exams, and also the school going students who are in the particular class can also cover their content from this video. So we are going to basically begin from class 9th NCERT and we will proceed by then. So today I have taken up the subject democratic politics, that is part 1 of this book, and today we are going to study chapter 1, which is what is democracy and why democracy. So first chapter of this book, the subject democratic politics basically deals with democracy. So, what is democracy? So, democracy is basically a form of government. What is this? This is a form of government. Now, what kind of form of government? See, what is a government? When there is a state. State means not like state means you can say basically there is a territory where people are residing, and that state means the people are going to be governed by a group of people. Now these group of people are going to rule over these people of the state, that is called as government. Now there are various ways through which a government can be elected, or it can be like hierarchical also. Like other forms of government are like dictatorship, that is also one form of government. Monarchy, that is also one form of government. In monarchy, what happens? Suppose there is a king and a queen, they are ruler of a state. So after the death of the king, or after the king will be like very old and now not in a condition to handle the entire state, then in that case the child of the king is going to be the next ruler. Similarly, after that, his or her son is going to be the ruler of the state. So, this is like a form of government. Similarly, democracy is also a form of government. But what happens in democracy? How you choose a ruler? So, the advantage in this form of government is that people of the state themselves choose their ruler. People of the state themselves choose their ruler. How do they themselves choose their ruler? Basically through elections, through which they choose their ruler. So this is like a form of government. Why democracy is considered as a better form of government? Because see, in monarchy, no other person apart from the kin of the king will get the opportunity to be the ruler. Only those who are son and the daughter of a king, they will get the opportunity. In dictatorship is also not considered as a good form of government, because here like it is completely up to the dictator. Like dictator can be harsh also and can be cruel, rude at the same time. So that is also not considered as a good form of government. Here what happens? After a regular interval of time, elections are going to be held in a country, and in the election process, those who will get the highest vote, or depending upon whatsoever is the criteria, are going to be the part of the government. So here the government needs to be accountable and responsible. Otherwise there is a chance that they will lose the next elections and some other people will then form the government. So democracy is not considered as a best form, because democracy also has its own flaws, its own demerits. But as compared to other options that are present in front of us, it is considered as a best form of government. So it is not completely best, it is not solution to like every problem in the state, but it is a solution to majority of the problems, and it is better as compared to monarchy and dictatorship and some other forms of government. So here people of the state themselves choose their ruler. This is democracy. Hope you understood. So same you see in your book, that democracy is a form of government in which rulers are elected by the people. So this is what happens in democracy, that rulers are elected by the people. So then there is a story, because this chapter is completely story based. It's basically a conversation between ma'am and the students of the class. So this is a conversation, but the crux, I'm telling you, that what they have written is democracy is a form of government in which rulers are elected by the people. So here we get the definition that democracy is a form of government where rulers are elected by the people. Means it is for the people to decide who is going to be the ruler. Now there are certain important features of democracy, because nowadays almost every country, those who are not even democratic, they also want others to call them a democratic country, because democracy is considered as a good form of government. So those who are non-democratic, they also want themselves to be called democratic. That is why it is very important to understand in detail that what are the essential features on the basis of which we can call a country democratic or a non-democratic. So, first of all, here we begin with that first, this is the first feature, free and fair electoral competition. This is very important. See, because we have written people are going to choose. So, when people are going to choose, there should be no mischievous activity or no malicious activity should continue. Otherwise, we will not get the honest opinion of the people. We will not come to know what people actually want. That is why when you talk about features, first is free and fair electoral competition. This is must in case of democracy, because if elections are not taking place in a fair way, in a we are doing some unfair things, then we will not get the honest opinion of the people that what actually people of the state want. So in that case, what will happen is whatsoever we will get the response, that will be like wrong. We are not getting the correct information. So there is then no sense of people choosing their rulers if we don't get the honest opinion of the people. So that is why free and fair electoral competition is one of the necessity of democracy. Next, you see, also it is written in NCERT textbook, in a democracy, the final decision making power must rest with those who are elected by the people. Obviously, see, if the final decision making power does not rest with those, suppose we have come up with election. In election, there were, let's say, 5 representatives: 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And these were the people. They participated in the process of election and they said contestant 3 is suitable. So contestant 3 is now going to be the ruler. Means they are going to govern, ruler, or they are going to govern over the state. But if any problem comes, or if any decision has to be taken related to healthcare system, related to information and technology, related to education in the country, related to finance in the country, then decision making power that should also reside with contestant 3, because contestant 3 is elected by the people. So the trust of people is with contestant 3, but contestant 3 still after winning the election cannot decide or cannot speak upon the matter. Then what is the sense? If, let's say, contestant 3 is governing the state, but actual decision making power is lying in the hands of, let's say, person A, but this person A is not elected by people. So the you can say the confidence of people, the trust of people is with contestant 3, not with the person A. So how person A can go for decision making? So if it is happening that although elections are taking place regularly, fairly they are taking place, there is no unfair means used in the electoral competition, and those who win still after winning can do not get power to speak upon any matter, to take decision upon any matter, then there is no sense to it. That is why also this is second important thing, that decision making power should reside with those who are elected by people. So here it is, that decision making power should reside with those who are elected by people. That's second. Next, you see, this is third. A democracy must be based on fair and free election where those currently in power have a fair chance of losing. What does this statement mean? This statement mean, suppose contestant 3 in the year 2000, in the year 2000, let's say contestant 3 won the election. After 5 years, let's say when the election is going to take place in 2005, then fair and free opportunity should be again in the hands of all five of them. It shouldn't be like contestant 3 was elected early, so now there is no chance that contestant 3 will lose. There should be completely a fair chance for the contestant 3 to lose the election next time and for others to win the election. What does this mean? This does not mean that that contestant 3 should necessarily lose the election. It is like, it is for the people. Like if people again trust contestant 3, then only he should win, otherwise he should lose the election this time. That is why it is written that democracy must be based on free and fair election where those currently in power have a fair chance of losing. Means once you are elected, you got power in your hands, but you misuse the power, you did not stand upon the trust of the people, so next time there should be fair chance of losing. That is one thing. Next, fourth feature, in a democracy each adult citizen must have one vote and each vote must have one value. This is very important because see, one person, one vote, one value. This is very important. Why this is very important? Otherwise, what will happen? I will give 2-3 votes. Some people will give 4-5 votes. So it means frequency will vary. So it shouldn't be like that. If I trust contestant A, I will give vote to contestant A one time. And one vote means only one value. One vote will not be considered to some other value. One value means same value, no different values. It shouldn't be like for contestant A, one vote means 2 person have voted, and for contestant 2 means one vote means 4 persons have voted. No, it shouldn't be that way. One vote, one person, one value means same value, means same rule should be applied for all the contestants. For that we have studied is that elections should take place in a fair and free manner where those who won the election have a fair chance of losing the election. Fair chance of losing the election. For whom it is? For those who won previously. Fifth feature, you see, rule of law and respect for rights. Fifth is this: A democratic government rules within limits set by constitutional law and citizens' right. This is the important feature. Why it is the important feature? Because see, if I decided that yes, person B should get the power. Now person B cannot do everything whatever person B want. There should be some obvious limitations so as to protect the citizens from the might of the state and from the malicious activities or from the unfair treatment of the state. Otherwise, what will happen is state will become all supreme, all powerful. Now those who get the power will be like supreme. There are no limitations on their power. Now giving unlimited power in the hands of any person, no matter howsoever or whatsoever trust people have upon them, but still giving uncontrolled, unlimited power in the hands of any person or any group of people is not considered good for a state. That is why there should be some obvious limitations. That is why we have come up with the concept of limited government. Limited government means there are some obvious limitations upon the power of the government. Why there should be some obvious limitations upon the power of the government? So as to protect the citizens from the might of the state and also for the smooth functioning of the federation. So it is important because of two reasons: to protect the state, to protect the citizens from the might of the state, and also for smooth functioning of the federation. So these are two important reasons why government should be limited government. I hope this is clear. Till now, we have studied only this much. What is democracy? So, that is a form of government that people of the state will choose. There are 5 features: that first of all, free and fair electoral competition. Second, decision making power should reside with those who are elected by people. Third is one person, one vote, one value. Fourth is fair chance of losing the elections for those who are currently in power. Like it is written in NCERT, the same line. Yeah. Democracy must be based on fair and free election where those currently in power have a fair chance of losing. And also, fifth, that is limited government. Concept of limited government is important. So this concept of limited government, and also if you get the time, read about constitutionalism. In the next video, we will discuss in detail something else about the chapter. That's all. Thank you very much. And do not forget to go to the part 2 of this video where we will cover some unread things in the chapter.